we're in a very, very serious war. And you have to understand this war is on for your mind. Everybody is lobbying for your mind. Some are there to try to get information, the correct information to your mind so you can make a rational, informed decision. Others are there to control your mind. You can control your mind based on the information that they present. Listen, I know it's a very painful thing for all of us to accept, but the truth is we live in a world full of lies, fraud, hypocrisy, and deceit. And the people who rule and control this world are instrumental in making sure that it stays that way. So that you'll never be able to coagulate on a position. So you'll never be able to really, truly see who's the man behind the scene. You know, kind of like the Wizard of Oz. It's just a sad, sad thing that's going on. And truth is perishing in every part of the land. Let me give you an example. All right. I deal with a lot of people. I get phone calls left and right. I have emails left and right and stuff. And what we do is most of the sentiments that I receive is based on personal opinion. I've learned over the years that people are really truly not interested in the truth. They're only interested in things that is going to make their life, you know, here and now, right now, a little less painful. And that includes, even if I have to ignore the truth in certain areas, I'll do it as long as I can live a pain-free life in my life and nobody so-called troubles me or bothers me. The problem is that you're being troubled and bothered by ignorance. When you don't know it, you still are being troubled and bothered by ignorance. And so I get a lot of people who are passionate about this liberty movement. And I don't blame them because I believe that people should be free, live free. But the truth is, you're going to be a slave to something, whether you like it or not. You can choose different words, you know, different synonyms to define that word, you know, servant, subservient. But the bottom line is still slavery. And you're going to be a slave either to the system or you're going to be a slave to the creator of the universe. And I know a lot of people see, as soon as I start going that direction, that's when they shut down. But watch this. If you follow your own heart, that doesn't have any information and it's totally oblivious to what truth is, then that means you automatically default to the enemy of my soul, your soul, and the world. And believe it or not, there are people out here in this world, the movers and shakers of this world, that actually knows that the devil exists and they freely worship him. You remember the old connotation that happened? You remember the ultimatum that Satan gave Jesus in the wilderness? He says, if you will bow down and you will worship me, I will give you all the kingdoms of this earth. So what is that telling the informed mind? That's telling the people who want to be successful in this world, in this life right now, you're going to have to serve fraud, lies, deceit, hypocrisy. You're going to have to do that. And you have to get yourself in a position of power in order to do that. And hey, I can go on and on and on, but that's basically what's going on. Whether you choose to, I know it's very painful, but you know, the bottom line, all of us are going to die one day. Every single one of us, and ain't nothing we can do about it. There's no machine that's going to keep you living. There's nothing that can replace every organ in your body. You are still going to die. It's just a fact. But how you die is what's going to determine eternity. Now, hey, I understand. You keep your opinion. Go to the church of your choice. You've been making bad choices always anyway. But continue to listen to the people that tell you what you want to hear, and you're going to continually to be destroyed. You see, the reason why people hate me is because my lifestyle and my words, they both coincide with each other. They back up each other. I'm not just here spouting out words and stuff. The proof is in the proverbial pudding. And a lot of people don't like that. And some people take that type of communication a little different way. Some people think that I'm a very prideful man. Now you think about that. If I'm a very prideful man, then what do you do with the other half that think that I'm one of the most humblest men that they have ever met before? The most humble man that they have ever met before. So what do? Do I take the position? Do I take the opinion of the ones who think I'm prideful? Or do I take the one, accept the ones who think that I am a very humble man? Well, I tell you what I do. I take the ones that think I'm a very humble man who understand my thought and my intent. The prideful people, at least the people who accuse me of that, they don't understand. Now, hey, I don't mind, because I do know that every single man has a measure of pride. Believe it or not, we all do. But I've learned over the years, in this little short time I've been existing here on this earth, that whenever I ignore truth, I don't care what that truth is and how painful that truth may be. If I refuse to accept that truth and change my life to line up with that truth, I ultimately end up suffering. I don't like suffering. I really, truly don't. And I don't think you like suffering either. So they seek to control you based on the information that they get you. They give it, they present it for you, and then they want you to make a decision based on the information that's presented. That's why, over and over again, hey, the liberty movement, I'm not worried about people who get upset with me. The only reason why they get upset with me is because I'm not preaching their religious theology, ideology, doctrine that they all been raised up in this world, European world of Christianity. Because I can easily dispel every single thing. You go to church on Sunday, you're just worshiping a lie, you're worshiping the sun. Now, whether I know what you say, that's not my heart intent, but your heart is evil above all things, and it is desperately wicked. So how in the world are you going to determine what you're doing is right? We're going to accept the Bible as truth. And you're going to carry that Bible. If you keep one in your house, you're saying that that's the truth. Because surely you wouldn't keep nothing in your house that's going to fabricate lies, fraud, treachery, deceit, debauchery. Sure, you wouldn't keep all that in there, would you? Would you? Would you? So why people get upset at me? Because I challenge the paradigm. Because I challenge what you believe. Huh? I mean, think about it. Stay in those cities and see what happens. Just stay right there. Keep justifying your position and see what happens in the upcoming days. I mean, does not Katrina tell you what the government and the people of the world think about the cities? Does not these Occupy Wall Street movements, which is all but fizzled out and dead by now, do they not tell you what's going on? They all know that you're gonna cry wolf, and pretty soon you're gonna go away. You can see that free speech is over in America. Look how hard the government came out in resistance. You can see video after video after video of people, so-called quote-unquote Constitution of the United States of America, protesting their government for redress and agreements no matter where they may be. And look what happens. The government brings out the police. And because the police, you got to understand, that's their livelihood. And when it comes between receiving Federal Reserve notes and you, they're going to take the side of the movers and shakers over liberty and over truth every single time, because they're not about to starve either. And so these are voluntarily SERPs. You understand what I mean? These are voluntary shields. And they do it on purpose, knowing full well that the system is a corrupt and run amok. I mean, just the other day, I was driving down the road, all right? And there's this car that passed me. I was going 60, somewhere about 60 to 55. This car passed me doing about 70. All right, a minute or two later, I said, damn, you wouldn't believe what a police car, he had to be shooting past me well over 100 miles per hour. Now, you tell me what kind of public safety is involved in that. Did y'all hear what I said? Public safety. When they post speed limits, if it's 55, that means 20 miles over the speed limit is basically a safe speed for you to drive at. But they're not going to tell you that because it's a system. But this guy endangered public safety. And on up the road, you know what he did? He got out his car, lights blaring and stuff. 2 or 3 other cars met this car, guns blaring. Welcome to the police state. And you got people in Congress that ship in drugs on an unprecedented scale, break every law, and they call lawmakers. What kind of law is that? Y'all can't see it's jacked up? I tell you what, if you don't change and you don't start making moves to change, when crap hit the fan, we in a world without rule of law, you deserve exactly what you get. But you cannot go on to perfection ignoring the spiritual truth of that Bible. And most people don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about saving their hide, but they don't want to talk about saving their soul while they save their hide, because they're all afraid of the truth. You ought to see how passionate people are about liberty and truth and stuff, and start talking to them about Sunday is a lie. The 7-day Sabbath is a Sabbath. Tell them Christmas is a lie and Easter is a lie. You're going to watch a manifestation from these people who claim to be the truth. You're going to watch a manifestation coming from these people like never before. You're going to see the demonic spirits that are behind them, that are controlling them. So the truth is, are they really, truly standing for truth? These questions need to be answered. And that's the truth. And that's the truth straightway.